It's tricky doing a post about a book with one hand. But I'm gonna try and give you a little glimpse of this book. First of all, it's been very good for my mental health in January to look at gardening books. I don't have a garden at all, but I like gardening. I'm a great admirer of gardens. I generally, when I travel, I try and visit botanical gardens in the cities I go to because it's just, I've had some of the most beautiful experiences there. And I saw this book just prior to Christmas in a bookstore, and I wanted to spend more time with it, so I got it out of the library. It's Wild, the Naturalistic Garden, and it's by Phaidon, Noel Kingsbury, and Claire Takacs. And it's really extraordinary, and I want to show you some of the pictures inside. Very hard to do with this setup, but this kind of stuff just looks so very easy to do. And it's not. I mean, I think that you get to this point in gardening probably after you've gone through everything else. I think this is the last stage of a good gardener's life, is to create with this kind of freeness and this sort of thoughtful consideration of textures and colors, and thinking about the garden over the lifespan of a year. And that requires a fair bit of careful contemplation of and intimate knowledge of the landscape. At any rate, this is a spot I like. And this too is another garden that I really like. The mauves in that landscape are so beautiful. There's a fair bit of talk in this book about the beauty of dying seed heads, and it's just it's a really lovely look at gardening. So many of us will recognize this beautiful spot. It's the High Line, and it's just it's such a relief. It's just such a special place. There are people in Toronto who would like to see this happen with the gardener. Unfortunately, they're not in power. But I would be 100% behind that kind of idea. And it's just such a great use of abandoned city space. And then there's just this double spread. And it's got to be, I would say this is May or June somewhere, just from the looks of things that are up there, the alums. At any rate, if you're looking for a good place to get some happiness, if this appeals to you, I'd highly recommend this. Or even just going to the library and getting some really beautiful books, gardening books out. Even if you don't have, depending on your interest, even if you don't really have an overwhelming interest or no place to garden, there's something about looking at this that it's just very good for me at any rate.